Have you ever wanted to visualize your data in a more engaging way but found yourself limited by Excel's standard chart options? Maybe you have tried creating a speedometer gauge before but found it is too complicated, a VBA has to be used, or it only shows one simple version that is not meeting your demand, or you have to manually adjust the report every time the input changes. Well, I got a real easy solution for you today. I have a template for this tool design I'm showing you on the screen that you can download for free. Just click the link in the description below and you will have access to a ready-to-use speedometer that you can customize to your own needs. All you need to do is download the template, copy the speedometer chart, and paste it in your own Excel file. Change the yellow part to your own data. You can see that every time I change the input, the indicator rotates, which shows it really works. I also put the color hex besides, so you can customize it on your own. But if you are curious about how it works and want to do more with it, stick around because in the next section, I'll walk you through the step-by-step process of creating this speedometer from scratch. If you find this useful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks, or leave a comment below. And if you are ready to dive into the details, let's get started. Okay, first of all, let's break this task into 3 parts. First, design the gauge background. Second, automate the indicator. Third, optimize the dashboard. Let's assume we are making a speedometer to show whether the budget is under control. First, we change the description and set the total amount to 100K. If we look at the gauge, we want to create a circle with 300 degrees, divided into 5 colors, with each color further divided into 5 parts. So in total, we need to break down the 300 degrees into 25 parts. The remaining blank part is 60 degrees. Select all the data, insert a chart, delete all legends, and look on the 60-degree parts as benchmark. We want to bring it down, so let's rotate the chart by 210 degrees. Now we have the basic structure. Change donut hole size. Change the color to blank. The white line is too thick, so let's remove the border. Now it looks better. Let's move on to the second part, the indicator. Before we begin, let's clarify the logic behind. Right now, our gauge covers 300 degrees. At the same time, we want to show progress. So if we map it to the gauge, it will be actual divided budget times 300. So when the actual is 0, the indicator will show 0 degree. And when the actual equals to the budget, the indicator will show 300 degrees. Once this is clear, let's go deeper and find the starting point. Here is a coordinate system. I've drawn a circle with a radius as 1. It will represent our gauge. We know there are 4 quadrants in the coordinate system, and the start point should be in the 3rd quadrant. Point C's coordinate will be our starting point in our case. Now, how do we find the coordinate of point C? We know the blank part is 60 degrees, so half of it should be 30 degrees. From linear algebra, we know if we calculate sine 30 degrees, which will be the length of the line K, and cosine 30 degrees, which will be the length of line I, we can then determine the coordinates. But there are 2 things to note. First, because we are in the 3rd quadrant, both exercise X and exercise Y are negative, so we need to add a minus sign in front of the functions. Second, in Excel, we have to convert degrees to radians to calculate the sine and cosine value. This is just how Excel works. Okay, once this is clear, now back to Excel and fill the forms. The blank part should be 60 degrees, and the percentage is E3 divided by E4. Now fill in the starting point's angle, which should be 30 degrees. But I'll make it a flexible value. 300 degrees times percentage plus blank path degree divided by 2. Then calculate the radians. The start of the indicator should be at the center of the circle, so the coordinate should be 0, 0. The end of the indicator for x should be negative sign, and for y it should be negative cosine. Now, copy the data into the original chart to combine them. It might look a little weird at first, but don't worry. It is because the coordinate needs adjustment. Change the exercise range to -1 to 1 for both x and y. Then correct the data source to match our calculations. You will notice the indicator is too long. To shorten it, feel free to increase the bounds threshold. I'll change it to -1.3 to 1.3. Let's quickly adjust the needle's format to make it more visible. The most important part is to verify if it adjusts when the input changes. Great, it worked. Now let's move to step 3, making it prettier. First, let's resize the gauge to make it larger. We need to add the scale. Since we have 5 colors, divide 100K into 5 parts. Insert a text box, adjust the format, and then copy the format to all 6 boxes. Now, to make it easier to move the graph, we need to group everything together. So the main part is now ready. Okay, let's create a rectangle shape, insert a text box, and link it to the input. This way, every time the data refreshes, it will reflect in the dashboard. Also, let's make some final adjustment to the description and group everything together. Here we go. The complete dashboard is now ready. Try different values to ensure it works correctly. Once we have this 300-degree speedometer ready, the 180-degree one is much easier. We can just adjust the current template. First, change the graph's radians to 180 degrees, and set the remaining radians to 180 degrees. Second, reset the rotation and then rotate it to 270 degrees. Now we have the structure. Third, further adjust the size. Let's assume this is a score monitor and test it out to see if it really works. Good, it works fine. In the score gauge, the lower part should be red, so let me readjust the colors. Boom, now you have the final result. Well, thank you for spending the time with me. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. I've shown you the 2 examples, and feel free to adjust the parameters in the template and create your own dashboard. I'm very looking forward to hear about what you have made with it. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll see you next time, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me at this moment. Thank you very much. Peace.